you get when you cross Bruce Wayne with Clark Kent? Answer, this hideous mockery of creation. Hey ladies and gents, I'm Kwing and welcome to our Let's Play channel. Today we're talking about Composite Superman, or Composite Batman Superman, this thing that has his costume stitched together. Anyway, the minifigure combines pretty much all of Batman Superman's abilities into one. It even makes the cape look cool, where you can see the black and the red split right down the center. Anyway, he has heat vision, ice breath, can use Batman's bat grapple, detective vision, flash build, he's goo resistant, immune to attacks, has super strength, and can even use techno panels. In short, this is the ultimate minifigure in LEGO Batman 3. Now if you'd like to unlock Composite Superman for yourself, you can find him on the final level of the game, which is level 15, Breaking the Ice. And it's done during free play, but the character's gonna set you back over 1,000,000 studs, but he's worth it. As for Composite Superman's origin, it's another crazy Silver Age story, so buckle up kids, this is gonna get weird. His real name is Joseph Meach, a high diver, so think one of those crazy, thrill-seeking, I forget the term for them, it's not stunt guys. You know what, it'll come back to me. During a PR stunt to net Meach some serious cash back then, the water tank he was supposed to dive into only had about 1 inch of water left in it, because it was leaking. Superman comes flying in and notices with his X-ray vision that the diver is going to die because the water is gone pretty much, and it's gonna be a mess, and the crowd's gonna be like, ugh! So he saves him, and Meach is like, whoa, why did you do this? Because he didn't realize that the tank is actually leaking water. So he does what every villain in the Silver Age does, vow to ruin and destroy Superman. Superman, being the nice guy that he is though, gets Joe a job working at the Superman Museum, which, seemed like a good idea at the time. One night, while working late, Joe the janitor is hit by lightning near the Legion of Superheroes exhibit. And by a miracle, the guy lives and gains like 20 superpowers. I'm so jealous of him. To this day though, I never really understood how a hall of mannequins could give a guy superpowers. But hey, it was 1964. They basically pulled a night at the museum way before it was cool or ever existed. Anyway, Meach also gains like shape-shifting powers, essentially like Beast Boy, something like that. And he creates a new identity for himself, which is half Batman, half Superman. He then flies to Gotham and tells the world's finest, hey, if you don't let me be a part of your clubhouse, word for word folks, then the world will know who Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent are, because apparently he gained telepathy from the Legionnaire statues and was listening in as Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne were talking, as their costumed identities. Not the smartest, Clark and Bruce, world's finest indeed. So basically, his plan is to humiliate Batman and Superman into either retiring or letting him be a tag-along hero, which was actually a thing in the 50s and 60s. You could tag along with a police officer, although they called it a ride-along, and basically see what was going on. So it was the same idea in comic books, more or less. So Composite Superman creates all these crazy crimes and hazards that only he can stop, and when the media comes by, it makes the world's finest look obsolete, because this guy has more powers, he's able to save more people, and Batman, Robin, and Superman, to the public, looking like clumsy clowns compared to this guy who can do everything, and they're like, yeah. So some stuff happens, Batman and Superman are like, wow, you're a really good hero and everything, but you're kind of cashing in on our image. And he's like, well, you know what? I'll just kill you both. And they're like, whoa, hold up there. We could work this out. And, Composite Superman basically beats the tar out of both of them. And would have killed them had Batman and Superman and Robin not have distracted him and then left. And then in the Batcave, they come up with this brilliant idea, I think this guy is actually gonna kill us, so why don't we send some robot doubles of ourselves that have our powers and stuff like that. It's the 50s and 60s, you don't need to worry about it. So they send out their robots, but what they don't know is Composite Superman has actually entered the Batcave as a Joker statue, because of, Batman's little trophies, and he heard the entire conversation. So when Batman, Superman, and Robin show up, he destroys them on national television, and people think Batman and all those guys are dead. And then he goes back to the Batcave, he traps Superman in this kryptonite trap that Batman just has lying around. What a great friend, right? And he's getting ready to destroy Batman, and just when things are, about to get really freaky, the guy's powers run out. Just like the old Game Boy, you'd be playing it and all of a sudden it just goes dead. That's exactly what happened to Meach. And so Batman and Superman are saved from the guy who's trying to rule the world because he runs out of juice. That to me is just ironic. So Batman saves Superman from the kryptonite trap, and they defeat Meach. And before they're getting ready to fight the guy, and put him in jail, the guy completely forgets everything that happened prior to diving into the pavement. But the character is not over just yet. In 1967, Meach returned to be the vile Composite Superman once again. His powers are all restored by an alien named Exxon, or Xan, not the gas station. It's Xan, making Meach more powerful than ever. So the alien uses Meach to get revenge for his father, who was also an alien and defeated by the world's finest several years ago and rotting in some type of space prison or lantern prison, I don't know. Meach easily brought Batman and Superman to their knees once again, but just like the last time, Meach's powers are temporary again. So the writer's like, okay, we're gonna kick Batman and Superman's butt, but it's okay, kids, because everything's gonna be fine, probably. So realizing that Batman and Superman are in great danger and back in his, regular state of mind, Joe gets between them and the alien as Xan fires a deadly beam at our heroes, thus ending the story of Joe the janitor as he's vaporized. And of course, Batman and Superman defeat Exxon and send him to jail. But even that's not the end, oh no! In the 1980s, which I love, the alien returns and becomes the second Composite Superman. He, like Meach, almost kills the Cape Crusader and Superman, and would have succeeded if not for the Legion of Superheroes who were time traveling at the time. Talk about, wow. Oh, and this Composite Superman has 20 more powers, and his powers will actually last up to 48 hours. Still, he loses, and our heroes win barely. And I have no idea what happens to Xan after this. Still, Composite Superman comes back again, more or less. During the Public Enemies, where Bats and Soups are wanted by Lex Luthor and the US government, Toyman, or Kiro, a Japanese kid genius, builds a super mecha to attack the chunk of Krypton heading toward the planet Earth and, to prevent it from being destroyed. When Bruce and Clark see the robot, they're starstruck. Kiro says, you know what, I was going through a hero worship phase, and this just kind of came out. The face of the robot also isn't green though, it's just, robot color. But it does manage to save the whole world, and Batman pilots it, which is really cool. If you want to see more of that, you can check out the Public Enemies Batman Superman movie, which is really cool. His last known appearance that I know of for Composite Superman, because I really don't follow the New 52 because of way too many reasons to name. Not going to get into it. If you like it, cool. If you don't, cool. In a 2006 Batman Superman story featuring Mix Yes Spitlick, I think I finally said it right. His name is stupid, I don't care. He combines various versions of Batman and Superman into one, creating this classic character anew, kind of. It's a really weird comic and not one of the finer points from that Superman-Batman series, honestly. Still, it features Bat-Zaro, Bizarro, other Batmen and Supermen from various dimensions. So if you like that kind of cross-dimension mess thing that involves Batmite, have at it. If you don't, you're really not missing anything. As for other media, the character Composite Superman actually appears as a cameo in a Justice League Unlimited episode, where Booster Gold and Elongated Man, I think that's how you say his name, are supposed to do crowd control during this attack in either Metropolis or Gotham. They really don't say where the city is, but long story short, Booster is quoted as saying, "This stinks," as the world around him is literally being destroyed, until he sees the Trinity formed into one. And when Booster Gold's like, "Hey, Batman, Superman, can I help you guys out?" And you see this weird, fusion of the characters, fusion, ha! Skeets says it could be worse, and then Wonder Woman is the voice that speaks out of Composite Superman and says, "Crowd control," and then just flies off to attack the bad guy. So if you like those type of cameos of Silver Age goofiness, check out Justice League Unlimited. And with that, thus ends another LEGO Batman 3 character spotlight. Join me tomorrow for even more craziness as we dive deeper into the DC universe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. Later, gamers.